Hello again. We are looking at my Tanith first and only today. This is going to be the first log for this project. Now, just to be clear, just because I'm making logs for other projects does not mean Inquisition stuff has been stopped or is finished or anything. It's simply because I want to document multiple projects at once. The Inquisition stuff is very slow going because it's lots of character work, because every model is a character. This will be a much quicker project because it is a army, and therefore it's gonna be very uniform paint job wise. It's not like, hang on, I'm gonna grab like one or two of the Inquisitor characters just so you can get an idea. Grab him. These are from this month's paintwork. As you can see, very different paint jobs, so it takes longer because they're characters, whereas like these guys, these Tanith first and only, which I'll get to in a second, they are uniform. Even if they are all kind of characters in their own right, they are uniform. So, now that my creaky ass chair has made lots of noise and probably screwed up this audio quite horribly, I apologize, we will get to looking at the Tanith first and only models. So I'm just going to kind of grab them. We're going to do two at a time. Big reason why is because a lot of them are very samey. In fact, I'm going to try and group them in pairs. So these guys have the Border World Rangers bodies, STL files from Victoria Miniatures. You might see a little bit of a slip here. I'm going to cover it up. Anyway. So these guys have the Border World Rangers bodies and accessory parts, STL from Victoria Miniatures. They also have the arms, which I bought actually from Victoria Miniatures because they don't sell these as an STL. It took 2 months for these to arrive. This project has been on hold for 2 months. I printed the bodies and all of the other stuff that I needed for them that wasn't stuff I'd bought as already existing stuff. I printed all that well over a month ago. Because I was like, yeah, this shouldn't take too long, and that's nothing on them, that's just international shipping, but anyway. Yeah, so these guys have berets from the Wargames Atlantic Operators kits, because in a lot of the artwork, the Tanith first and only are depicted as either bareheaded or with berets. So I went with berets on not every single one of them, but a bunch of them. So we're gonna kind of pick through and do that. The last guns are the Catechin last guns from the plastic Catechin kit, because in the artwork, the Tanith first and only tend to be given the... I can't remember what... I think the Galaxy pattern last guns is what these ones are called. I would have to bring up a chart. I'll put up the actual name of the last gun, maybe with a picture for reference, but anyway. Yeah, so I'm going to keep calling them Galaxy, but if I'm fucking that up, there will be a little classic YouTuber thing of just having the word in brackets at the bottom of the screen of what I actually mean. Because I can't be bothered to look it up right now. Anyway, so we've got these ones, which have the actual heads that come from the Border World Rangers range. Yeah, just last guns as is. To be clear, there are about 46 models in this in this project. I was about to say collection. Project. 2 more Victoria Miniatures heads. I really like the variety of poses I was able to achieve because of all the different body type poses. And all the different arm poses. There are only 5 arm poses, but because there's so many different body types, there's lots of combos you can make. So this head on this guy is from a Frostgrave, like... I forget which... it's like Frostgrave Warriors, I think it's called. It's like the standard Frostgrave kit that came out back when the game first came out. Another Victoria Miniatures head. Grab these 2. So this one has a head from the Sanctifier's kill team, and this one has a head from the State Troopers, I believe. I could be wrong about that, but I think it's State Troopers for Warhammer Fantasy. And I bought eBay's entire supply of Galaxy pattern last guns to supply my guys with the correct pattern. Oh. Won't do him. We'll do him last. Well, one of the last ones, right. So another one with a beret, and another one with a Victoria Miniatures head. These will look quite nice when they're painted, but by the time I get that, I should have, like, get them done, I should actually have a nice turntable to film genuinely nice footage of these models on. 2 more berets. I'm kind of gonna... Oh, yeah, I should probably... Yeah, there's the capes. I really like the posing on these, because it works very nicely. Like, regardless of which arms you use, the poses always seem to look quite good. So this is a Wargames Atlantic head, and this is a Warlord Games head. This is from the British infantry kit for World War II, and this one is from the Operators kit for Wargames Atlantic, same as all the beret heads that you see. Making good progress on this, because last time it was like 20 minutes before we got to this level. So this head is from Wargames Atlantic's 95th Rifles, and it's Patrick Harper's head. Or at least it was, until they released an official Patrick Harper miniature, which is awesome. Sorry about pulling them out of frame there, just had to scratch my nose. Another operator head, with a flamer. 2 more Victoria Miniatures heads. Flamer. These 2 heads are from the Knights of the White Wolf sprue from the Empire Knights kit. Yeah, this guy had a little accident earlier, and I cracked off the handle of his knife by accident whilst I was trying to sort his arms out. Very annoying. So this head is from the Bolt Action US Marine Corps head kit. And this head is just another Victoria Miniatures head from the STL files for these, which I bought quite a while ago. Then we got 2 more Victoria Miniatures heads. Again, nice poses. I wanted sort of a nice mix of combat and at-rest poses, or well, sort of in the middle of doing stuff poses. 2 more Victoria Miniatures heads, but this is one of the 3 guys in this force that has these last guns from the CAC and heavy weapon teams that have the leaves all over them. Because these guys are going to be painted up as if they're fighting in a jungle environment, due to my enjoyment of the sort of classic Gaunt's Ghosts looks of them being in a forest kind of vibes. Although I do like that GW put them on like swampy bases on the new sort of models they did for them. Say new, they're old now, but they were, you know, they're the current Gaunt's Ghost models. Another White Knight of the White Wolf head, and a another Operator beret. I think that's supposed to be SAS berets, which kind of fits, because I feel like when I read the books, I feel like they've taken, because the aesthetic of the regiment is kind of very Northern English and Scottish sort of feeling, very Celtic, because they've got like the blue tattoos and stuff, which is sort of very Celt-like. I kind of like I always like the sort of the vibe that they are the SAS of the Imperial Guard, even though they are not, because that's what the Scions are. And the Kazakin and stuff are. But, you know, that's the sort of vibe I get, is they're sort of like the Scottish branch of the SAS of the Imperial Guard. Just very, like, aggressive. Another one with the Leaf Lasgun and Victoria Miniatures heads. In fact, I think these guys both have the same head. Yes, they do. Just mirrored, because the power of 3D printing is you can mirror whatever the hell you want. So this head, I have no idea where it came from. I think it's from the Hobbits kit for Wargames Atlantic, but it just kind of fit. And this head is another Knight of the White Wolf head. Sorry, I can't really go into much more detail on these. It's just there's not really much else to talk about other than what head I used and what gun I gave them. So this guy's got a plasma gun. These were just in my bits box. I didn't have to scour eBay for these. I had lots of them already. From a while back, I did a Crimson Fists army, and I managed to score, like, a job lot of basically almost half of the old Apocalypse starter army they did for Space Marines back in, like, 2007 or whatever. I managed to score, like, half of the contents of that box on eBay for, like, 200 quid. And I have so many of these plasma guns, because back then all the guns weren't attached to the hands, you had to attach them yourselves, which I quite like, but I know that a lot of people hate. But I felt that, you know, if you're a skilled enough hobbyist, it kind of adds some flavor, because you can give slightly different posing and sort of stuff like that. Another plasma gun and a beret, and another Victoria Miniatures head and last gun. Trying not to drop them off the table now. Yeah, got these. So this is the last two last guns, which is another Victoria miniature head with the leaf one. This is one of the squad sergeants, or at least he might not be anymore. And then this is one of the other squad sergeants. You can tell because he's pointing and shouting. Pretty standard stuff. Now, next up, we're on to this is one of the command squad sergeants. He's got a las pistol and a close combat weapon in the rules, which is just a chainsword. He's got a beret head. I had to fill in a gap. I'm going to be coming back and sort of cleaning this joint up a little bit because I have to do it on all the heads anyway. But this is just sort of the first project log, so it's not anything. Sorry about that. It's not anything super special, like this isn't this is what they're gonna look like when they're done kind of thing. No, this is here's what it looks like when it's in the really ugly phase before it even gets any priming on. This is a sniper. Kind of went for a Larkin kind of look for him with the wrapped gun and the beret head. Well, the beret head, not sure about that for Larkin, but beret head because it was the nicest head I had for him at the time. And here is Gaunt. I extended his cape a little bit. This is a sculpt you can get on Colts 3D, but I've made some alterations to it, like adding this badge and this sheath. And this chainsword is not the chainsword for the actual sculpt, because I wanted to have a more size-appropriate chainsword, because the actual chainsword in the actual sculpt is very small. Also, I added in this bolt pistol here to look like he's holding it underneath his cape, because Gaunt, for those who aren't aware, Gaunt is armed with a bolt pistol and chainsword in most of the books, although later on he upgrades to a power sword. And I do have an extra Gaunt somewhere around here that does have a power sword. But I kind of want to try and get my hands on the actual metal model with the power sword for that one. Anyway, there's two more things we need to look at. So I have an extra body here. My plan is to make... I'm forgetting his name. The guy that's a heavy weapons specialist in the books. Bragg, I think is... Yeah, Bragg. He's got an autocannon in the official kit. I want to give him a missile launcher like he uses in the books, because he carries around like a missile launcher and fires it one-handed like a fucking baller. Oh god, that was terrible. Apologies. That was fucking cringe. Anyway. No, but he does carry around a rocket launcher, and he domes a Chaos Space Marine with it in one scene, which was quite cool. But yeah, so he's currently just a body. I need to acquire arms. My plan is to use the Catachan Heavy Weapon Team arms with rocket launcher, because I like my exposed muscular arms. It's just an aesthetic. It's just an aesthetic. Also, Bragg is supposed to be bigger and buffer than most of the other members of the Ghosts, so it kind of fits giving him the thicker Catachan-style arms over the thinner, more realistically proportioned Victoria miniature arms. And then the final member of the project is Dorden, the medic. Except for he's got no head. And he's not finished because I'm sculpting him currently. Or I'm doing sculpting work on him currently. Yeah, Dorden he's the metal... He was a metal model back when they did the old metal Gaunt's Ghosts. And I kind of wanted to replicate him. So, like, I've gotten, like, gloves that I'm going to paint, like, surgical gloves. And I've done the strapping across his chest for his bags. But I'm not finished with him, clearly. I still need to do his head. And then I need to do some sculpting in to really, like, make his arms blend better with the torso. But other than that, he is coming along nicely. I'll probably give him a nice belt buckle or something. I don't know. He's kind of I need a medic for the command squad. So I was like, Dorden will work nicely because he's a medic, and it means I don't have to use up my final torso, and I can make Bragg. And also because Dorden doesn't wear the camo cloak of the regiment in any of his artwork, which kind of makes sense because he's not part of the regiment. He's sort of an attaché, I guess. Anyway, so that's my Gaunt's Ghosts. My Tanith first, if you will. They are going to be quite a fun project. Probably going to get 3 videos out of them, which will be... Well, it's this one. Then it'll probably be a video about, this is how I've painted them. And then there'll probably be like a proper army showcase as well. And I will be using them in any of the potential battle reports I film in the future, should I actually do that. I do want to do that, but I don't really get much game time at the moment, so I'm not sure if I will be able to do that. But rest assured, if the Gaunts ghosts see the table and I am able to film it, then you will also see them get ruthlessly slaughtered because I am a terrible wargamer. I am truly awful. I would totally roll some dice right now, but just to spite me, I would end up rolling 6s, which would make it look like I've got good luck when I play the Lamenters for a reason. It's because they are the most relatable to me, because I always lose. Even when I win, I lose. Anyway, but yeah, so these guys are going to come out nicely. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a bit rambly, I do apologize. I mean, I'm always a bit rambly, it's just how I do my videos, because I don't really plan a script. I should script, but I just know that if I did script, you'd just hear me stuttering every other word, and it would be unwatchable. Because hearing me ramble, that's not too bad. Hearing me stutter every other word, that's... Nah, you don't want that. You don't want that, trust me. My dyslexia would make these videos unwatchable. So... Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like. Subscribe if you want to. I'm not going to make you. No one can. Yet. Subscribe if you want to. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.